is.
There it is. Hi, Sugar Tits. How you doing?
What up, fucker?
What up,
Oh wait, can
fucker?
I say that?
Yeah, it's my podcast, dude. Imagine all of a sudden my stream. This is a podcast. It's going to be family friendly. We're only allowed to say PG things. Okay, you can't talk
You get
about.
enough parents complaining in the chat about you twerking. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
guys, we gotta get a PG now.
yeah. Well, you know how, dude, there was people who DM me all the time saying, I had somebody actually message me again today that said, I'm not a big fan of your twerks, but I am a big fan of you. So I make it work. And I was like, okay,
One
I'm
does not
glad.
come without the other.
Yeah. It is crazy. But anyways, hi, how are you? I heard you skipped the gym today for this. So
Uh, it wasn't for this. Calm your kids, okay?
okay.
No,
Okay.
I'd gone the last like 3 days, and I was like, maybe I should just stay today. So
So, welcome to another episode of High Peace. I'm so bad at doing this, but this is episode 4. And today we have none other than our beautiful mod, MonkeyDTony. I don't have sound effects. I don't have that much money. Okay. We're a
this
very
is fun.
cheap podcast. But, anyways, welcome in.
And you could just do it on Discord, but you're too scared for me to have a soundboard.
Oh, we
And
can
I find that
listen, my wife edits these, so I think she wanted it on Zoom because it's easier for us to do it on Zoom for her to just like do the quick
makes
edit.
sense. That makes
But
sense.
listen, I like Discord. I knew you were going to use soundboard, so we went with this instead. So, but whatever. It is what it
You might be
is.
celestial of you, but it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it. I really wanted to have you on here. I feel like you kind of joined the crew like instantly. I don't know what arc you found me in or when you started watching. When was that?
I want to say it was around Arlong Park, I'm pretty sure, or like towards the end of Baratier going into Arlong Park, if I'm not mistaken. So
Gotcha.
sometime in like August
So you
around
found me.
there.
Okay. I feel like, okay, that makes sense because I feel like you're one of the OG mods with everyone else, like in a way. I think it was like
Or like,
when you started commenting more, like I saw you in like every stream. I started seeing you like be more active in the Discord when we had the old Discord before we transferred over to the new one.
yep.
Which was crazy. I love new starts. So I was like, that Discord is just not working anymore. Let's just start fresh. Yeah, I felt like you were very active and it was really, you were really funny. And the other mods made comments like, this guy is really like, anytime we had a conversation, you would drop a GIF and we were like, I know I'm rubbing you off right now. So let me enjoy.
I try. I
Yeah.
try.
And I was like, dude, I gotta have this guy as a mod. And I remember you came in. I can't remember who else you came in with. Maybe Dues. There was like a group
Think
of
it was
you.
Jules, me, Elf.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm forgetting a lot of other people. Buji was in before me, I think.
And that's why I think I brought in a bunch of other people because the stream was growing. And that's why I brought like, I know you
Mhm.
were a little bit before that, but it was like you, Dues, Elf, Jules, Nico,
Yeah.
etc.
Oh,
So
Turtle too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Turtle. I think Turtle and you came in at the same time
Mhm.
because I really like
Mhm.
Turtle and I was like, oh, I got to bring Turtle
Mhm.
in as well. So, but yeah, you've been a
Yeah.
mod for a while. It's crazy you've been around since Arlon Park. So let me ask you this. You've seen me from Arlon Park. Did you find me on Instagram?
I did. Yeah. The first reel that I found you on was where you were like, it was like a rage bait one where you were like hating on in One Piece. It was like, I don't get what the hype is on all this. I'm gonna give it 50 episodes, and we'll see what all this is about.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
I
let
think
me
it was the
ask you,
one that
be
you like.
honest. Be honest. When you saw that, were you like, this guy's a fucking loser, dude? Like
I
cringe.
almost commented was like, "You don't know what you're in for, buddy."
Well, it was funny
And
because
I
when
was
I
like,
post, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I love being able to like share in the experience of One Piece, and that's why I joined in the first place. And seeing that, I was just like, "Ooh, I need to see this happen," because there
Right.
was a couple of other reels after that too that I saw that you were just. I think it was the
Was it Orangetown?
Shushu one. No, yeah,
Oh,
Orange
yeah,
Town. That's
yeah,
the
Shusu,
name.
yeah.
Orange Town, and you were like bawling on it. I was like, yeah, no, I need to see this guy go through the full journey, and that's when
Yeah.
I ended up starting to follow. And like, I really wasn't using Twitch all that much before then. I would like follow friends that would stream here or there, but never
Yeah.
any like consistent streamers I would follow like that. And joining up in the community's been fun. I wish I would have done something like this sooner for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, it honestly, I truly have to say, like, again, thank you to you. Like, ever since you came in, you've made the community so much fun, and like, you're such a great presence, and everyone knows who MonkeyDTony is. But yeah, like when I posted that, it was, and it's funny because when I posted it, I didn't think it was going to be rage bait, even though that
Mm.
is what the video is. It is rage bait, but it was what
Yeah.
Adam D Goat wanted me to post because he was like, I think you should give it a shot. At first, for those who don't know, like I was like kind of an off and on streamer. I wasn't really like I used to be a full-time content. I used to stream like Elden Ring, Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight was my main one. But I was off and on because I was a teacher and stuff. And because I had not landed a teaching job, I posted that video and not knowing that here I would be almost 1,000 episodes in with this grand
Crazy.
community and like all these amazing mods that like I'm very grateful for. So yeah, it is crazy. I know, heart. But yeah, so based on like now you've seen me go through all this, do you really think I'm dumb?
Is this really the question you want to run with, Tom?
I really want to run with these questions. Do you really think I'm stupid when it comes to watching this? Be honest,
No.
because I'm not kidding, dude. I think yesterday I was real sensitive. Somebody like said, "Are you so stupid?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I just
Come
like."
on, guys. Why are you being so mean?
Yeah, I know. Did you remember? I was like, and everyone's like, "Oh, you made Hyde sad," and I was like,
I
"Damn,
literally
dude."
messaged. I was like, "Hi, stop! You're gonna make me cry."
Yeah. Well,
No, no. You're
I,
not dumb. You're just neurospicy, and I've said this before. You're just a little neurospicy, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not that you're dumb.
yeah, it's not, and I want people to know too. Like when I watch One Piece, it's not that like I feel like people mistake it as like if I point out the obvious, like, oh my God, they're doing this, and everyone's like, they just said that. Yeah, of course that's what they're doing. It's more like I'm saying that so that I understand. Also, like
Your thought process, right?
I'm also reacting. For those who don't know, I was a terrible reader my entire life, and I was held back in second grade. I might be dyslexic. I don't know. I took a children's test, and it told me I should probably go to the hospital and get tested. But like I love how the chat also claimed that I was dyslexic as fuck, and then decided to really put my head under a tire wheel and run over my head. But I read out loud.
I
Like for those who don't know, like in real life, like I have to read a book out loud or with a slight whisper so that I can understand it. So if I read something out loud, like I don't know if you realize recently I've been reading the you know the subtitles. It's for me to
Then you're getting real
understand.
off them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's for me to understand what they're saying and stuff, which is like my own thing. And obviously now there's
Mhm.
the joke of like, oh, look at this dumbass, like whatever. But I'm just curious, like, beyond the dumb thing, like what's watching me through this, like what has like I don't know how to say it, like how has your experience been watching me go through this and like also as a mod, like has it been fun for you as a mod? Does it feel more like a job or like are you also feeling like this journey has also helped you like a lot of people say that now that they're rewatching with me, it's brought back a lot of nostalgic feelings. So I'm just curious of like how this journey has been for you because I feel like I've taken all these people on this journey with me. Hold on, dogs are
Mhm.
going nuts. So the mods are also they're emotional as well. They know how stupid I am. I feel
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
mods have
sounds right.
also gone through, are going through this with me. So I'm just curious what your point of view is.
This has been the first time that I've been able to enjoy One Piece with like a group of people like this. Cause like I've been watching since back in, I think the first time I watched One Piece was back in like 2008,
Mhm.
around there, 2007, 2008. I would watch it like on and off whenever it would come up on Toonami and shit. Um, and there weren't like a whole lot of friends of mine that were One Piece fans. They were more like Naruto fans or like more of the OG Full Metal, Yu Yu
Right.
Hakusho, what have yous. And then in college, I had a couple friends that were One Piece fans, but we really didn't talk too much about anime together
Right.
like that. because we were too busy doing college things. Um, so this is like the first experience I've had to have like a group in a community of people to enjoy something that I've held so close for so long.
Right.
And seeing you experience it for the first time is like it kind of not replaces, but like adds to the experience I had when I first watched it too,
Right.
because I
Right.
get to see you experience it for the first time and like
With
it
all my
kind of
stupid predictions
help.
and stuff.
I just love that you tried placing bets with people that already know what's gonna
Yeah. My favorite thing is I'll be like, people are like, "Do you want to bet?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do want to bet." And
yeah,
I'm
I
like,
would have
not realizing that these people have seen and are caught up. And I'm like, "You don't know what's coming up, baby. This is all new for you too." No,
and I just
yeah.
like
Go
because
ahead.
sometimes your predictions aren't bad. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes your predictions are pretty good. And that's it's a scary thing too, because it's like, damn, now we gotta like really put it on him so like he
Yeah,
doesn't
I
just,
know. You've
oh
all
yeah,
made me
I
feel
already guessed that.
You've all made me feel real stupid recently with some of my predictions. Real stupid. The funniest one recently was the Fox one. The Fox one where everyone's like, wow,
Oh,
you really were on top of that one.
it's like the screenwriting, they do a pretty good job sometimes with the screenwriting and like explaining, oh yeah, this person is this person or this caused this kind of deal. And sometimes between like you interacting with the chat and like doing other things, like you kind of miss those like little cuts here and there. And that's where you kind of like connect dots on your own. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is that. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's what the show is trying to show you.
The funny the funniest is
It's
like,
fun. It's a fun.
yeah, I imagine that this is why people watch me is because they're like, dude, the way your brain functions is fucking alarming, right? Like Elf said it perfectly today. He may be an idiot, but he's our idiot, you know? Um, but like
And that's
Yoshi,
why we
all
follow.
yeah, exactly. And Yoshi even is, dude, Yoshi is a fucking troll in my life now. But Yoshi will literally be like, they just said that 5 episodes ago. If you were just paying attention, and I was like, what the fuck? But also too, like
Oh my god.
Hiyori's back. Like when I was like, that's fucking Momo's sister. And everyone's like, you're an idiot. Like, how? And then everyone was like, she wouldn't be 8 years old. Maybe not. And I was like, what are we talking about? I was like, you guys made me feel so stupid about the Hiyori backstory, like who Hiyori was. And I'm probably saying the name wrong, which everyone's gonna be like, you don't know how to say names right, you know?
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
But
better than the other name, that's for sure.
I know how to say, you know what's
Murasaki.
funny? You came into Discord and said a name, and everyone in chat said you said it wrong. So fuck you and fuck everyone else who thinks that they
Name
can.
on.
It's
Name on.
Kinnymon. It doesn't matter. It's Kittymon or whatever
Anyway,
fucking everyone thinks that, or Joe Boy. I was saying Joe Boy today,
it's
and oh my god.
it's
But
funny that they say that though, because like different characters pronounce names differently in the show too. So I'm like,
well,
as long as you're not butchering it to the like, shall we go through today's?
what Django
Avenger?
Unchained? Yeah, Django Unchained.
Django? As long as you're not doing stuff like that, right?
Right, right,
Okay.
right.
Because we're
Um,
not, none of us are professionals in Japanese. Well, a good majority of us aren't professionals in Japanese. That's besides the point.
I also think people are like for instance, I feel like if I was watching this in dub, it might be easier to hear the names probably pronounced. Which, by the way,
We're dub actors do the names dirty too, but
right, fair enough. But
again,
I also think that there's a majority of people that are watching me who have watched in dub first and then switched to
mm,
sub. So like when
mm,
people are like, "How do you not know this? You should be paying attention." And then you find out they watched it in dub. It's like if I was watching it in dub, I'm sure I would understand maybe this 99% of the time. But I'm also like the thing is too is like as a streamer, who's making
mm,
content, and I've talked to you about some of the things that I
mm,
struggle with and all those stuff is like people really want me to focus like here, but then it's like, well, I'm also a content creator reacting to this who's also trying to have a
Mhm.
conversation with my chat at the same
Mhm.
time of this, and also like whatever. Yeah, like I do miss things, but I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Like, should I not talk to my? Sometimes I lock in. I feel like you've seen me lock in. You know?
Right, and it's the name of the game, like, you have a community to engage with while
Right.
you're doing what the community is there for, and, like, that's something that, like, there's a balance to it at the end of the day, like,
Right.
you're just trying to do a balancing act, and if you kinda slip up sometimes, oops, sorry,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
goes on regardless, and if the point is important enough, Oda always repeats it. You've
Right.
noticed it at this point, like, it's always brought up again, there's always a flashback to that exact moment again, like,
Right. Right.
it there it's something that it's I feel like there's purists out there that just, like, want it to be exactly the way that they have it in their head, that you experience it, and, like, no shade, no hate
No.
towards
No. No.
them,
No
it's just
shame at
like,
all.
chill out sometimes. Like,
No.
this is
Yeah.
just
And
a
and
regular
I
guy enjoying what you enjoy too, and you can
exactly.
have fun with it.
Well, it's just like, and sometimes too, like like for instance, there was somebody who commented recently. Well, there's two examples. The pudding
Mhm.
example, where I wasn't crying and everyone else apparently was crying. And then also the scene where they're talking about the rock pirates that I recently just got ridiculed for,
Well,
where
I'm
it's
not confused.
like, have you seen, let me ask you this. Have you seen me watch this show and react to something that you think I react poorly to outside of like those funny moments? But like, have you ever seen me like, you know, like can you think of a time where maybe I could have reacted differently to something outside of me thinking, putting
Like in the moment, I probably had like some scenes where I was like, "Oh damn, I kind of wish like he expressed more about this particular." Like, it's mostly the comedy scenes for me because I really, really love the like small comedy bits that happen throughout the show,
Oh,
and
okay,
they're
okay, okay.
really fast sometimes, and like it's an unimportant thing, right? And that's not something that I'm ever gonna. I'm not somebody that would ever hold that against somebody. It's like,
Right,
oh,
right.
you didn't react properly to something that I kind of held important. Like, if it's not something that's gonna like gauge a reaction from you, then it's just fine. Like,
Right.
the important stuff is the important stuff. The little tidbits like that, I'm not gonna hold a grudge about. But like those kinds of moments, I'm just kind of like, it, it's your journey. Like
Yeah.
your journey is going to be your journey, and the way you express and react, like it's just the way that you express and react. And like this, like curriculum that people have about certain things, then like it's like they're grading you on a scale of something, and it's
Well,
like
yeah,
for
yeah.
what? Like just enjoy what he's watching, how he's reacting, and like
Yeah.
let the journey sail on. Like
It
it's
is crazy.
it's
Like
never that deep.
it's never that deep, and people are deep. And listen, I'm not saying that I'm taking away people's hype and like all this stuff. I love the community, and I'm not trying to shit talk on the
Mhm.
community. And it's not everyone. This is not a reflection of
No, no,
everyone,
no, no.
but it is
Very small
really
minority.
very small minority. Yeah, for sure. It's just they're the loudest. They're the ones who come into the
Yes.
stream and be like, "You're starting now, you fucking yapper." You know, today
Oh my god.
today is stream. I'm literally telling people somebody came into stream for those who weren't there today. Somebody came into stream and literally goes, "You are not doing enough. You need to be focusing on YouTube. It's not enough. You're too slow." And then as I'm like venting to my community, three other people back to back go, "Just start the episode." And I was like, "Oh my God." And like, granted,
There
everyone's like, "Oh, just ignore them, ignore them." It's like, yeah, but now they're in like a platform where like I'm engaging, and it's like,
mhm,
like obviously I'm still so new to social media, and your mods have done a phenomenal job with the community. And I know we get a lot of hate towards the mods because people just get upset or they whatever, which is what's going to be my next question is like, how does it feel being a mod? Like, I'm assuming this is
mhm.
obviously probably really new to you, and like what has been your struggles like as a mod, and people maybe like interested in becoming mods for other streams, like what's been your experience, what's been really hard, what are things that you enjoy, etc.
this is the first time that I've ever modded for a community or anything like that. So it's been crazy to experience it, especially with how fast you've grown. Um, I enjoy a lot of the camaraderie that comes with it, with the other mods, and just like with the community in general. There's cons that come with it where you kind of look like the good guy when you're just trying to do the not job, but like the position you've been given within the community, and like
Right.
sometimes it's a struggle where like repeat offenders get kind of like butthurt about
Your decision. Yeah.
like getting consequences for repeat offenses. Is like, dude, like if you've been here long enough, you know how we roll on this. Like it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I really don't think it's that deep to have a message deleted here, or timed out for 10 minutes out of a 4-hour stream. Like we could be doing a lot more, a lot worse if need be, but like we want to have a fun, engaging, positive community, and that's what we try to do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And bad seeds that want to try and take root in it, we're gonna weed them out, because that's the position we've been given and you trusted us with. And if we do a bad job, we're gonna hear it from you, and that's fine. We're just here as volunteers and fans of you at the end of the day, and
Right.
as part of the crew and the community. And that's all we want to support is you and the community. So the comments of like us power tripping and stuff like that, that kind of gets to me sometimes, because I'm like, man, I'm here for free. Like most of the time when I'm on stream, I'm like working in the background too. And
Right.
like,
Right. And I think
I'm just
most of the
doing this
mods
because I
are
enjoy
like,
being
yeah, yeah. And I think most of the mods are just work like, the mod, and again too, for the community, like the mods are not trying, like they're not out for you. They're not trying to delete your messages on like because you're like the bad person or whatever. They're deleting it because they're obviously trying to protect me to ensure that I continued this journey spoiler free, continue this journey with my own experience and my own reactions and
here.
like all these things, right? Like a lot of people mistake like, oh, well, I was just saying that the future arc is great. It's like, well, I don't want to know that the future arc is great. I want to experience it for myself so then I can sit there and go, holy shit, this arc was fucking
This,
incredible, or this arc was terrible,
my,
or this, you know,
my thought process is, if somebody said this to me when I was first watching it, it would have ruined my experience. So I probably shouldn't let Hyde see it.
right,
And I think that's the mentality for most of the mods, because we don't want to be there patrolling and deleting and muting people. Like that's not what we're there for. We're there to enjoy the journey with the community and kind of guide the ship as it be the best way that we can when we need to do it. But yeah, it's like I don't see why it's such a big deal that one message gets deleted, or like if you're repeating it over and over again that you get timed out for spamming. Like, dude, just like act like a normal, sorry, not normal, just like act like a positive
yeah,
person in the chat and in the community, and nobody's going to have an issue with you. But if you want to bring bad energies, sorry, we're going to scoot you
yeah.
right along. And it's, again, like sometimes it's things that people say without kind of thinking, and like I get that because chat be moving really fast.
Yeah, yeah, and I understand
Um,
like people are so excited too. So sometimes people don't even realize what
exactly.
that like, and we all get that. And like again,
Yeah.
I just feel like, we just want to reiterate like this is not an attack. This is not us trying to be like the mods trying to be authoritarians. And if anything, you should be coming to me about it, not them, because I've
Yeah.
given them,
Mhm.
the full permission to do
Mhm.
whatever they need to do that's necessary to protect chat. Obviously, we've had a
Mhm.
couple people come in that were very hateful and very hurtful and
Mhm.
stuff. So yeah, and like again,
Yeah, and they
I
can message us directly too. Like that's my thing is like if there's a problem, don't bring drama into the Twitch chat where we're trying to have a positive, engaging community. Bring it up to us directly. We're more than happy to message you as long as you're coming to us respectfully. We are more than happy to talk to you respectfully. But like,
right.
there's people that get like mad triggered, mad fast, and just like the keyboard and the screen, staying behind a keyboard and screen, just like emboldens people to just let
Right.
the worst of their energy out, and
Oh yeah.
that's something we're here to deal with. Like,
Yeah.
we're just here to have a good time with everybody and guide the ship as best as we can to bright,
Hey man,
sunny dreams.
this is a ship with one toilet on it, and I'm mostly on it. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure everything's all right. Do I pee a lot? Like, I'm a honest question, not to like segue quick. Is it
I
alarming that?
mean, I feel like I pee a lot sometimes, but you take it to another level sometimes. I mean, like in a 4 hour stream, you probably go, what is it, 6, 7, maybe 8 times? And like, that might be a little concerning, but you're like me and you drink a lot of water and
Well,
you're a
yeah,
healthy boy and it runs through you.
yeah. Well, I just got insurance, so I will be going to the doctors for those who are maybe concerned about my health or my prostate. So I will go make sure to get that checked. Not to throw that my prostate might be in damage need. I also ate a really hot tater tot the other day, and I actually think I damaged this entire area right here. So anytime I swallow, and yes, I said
Wow.
swallow, you fucking pervs. Uh anyways, all
Wow.
yeah, I know it hurt really bad. I literally like fell at my knees and my wife was like, "What the fuck is wrong?" Yeah, she's just like so over it, dude. Anytime, so I've told you like I've choked on chicken before in my life. I've told you that. So anytime I choke, she goes, "I'm gonna kill you," and I'm like, "I'm literally choking, brother." Like, so, but
Oh,
anyways, yeah. Again, I just want to reiterate, like, I appreciate you, and if like the mods are also listening to, like, I appreciate the mods. You guys do a lot of work. You guys make my experience so much more fun. You guys are truly an amazing group of people. So I appreciate W's to the mods. So was One Piece. Well, let me ask you this: is Zoro versus Gojo, who wins?
how do I
Take
answer
your
this?
time. Take your time.
I'm gonna say Zoro, and I'm not gonna go into it. How about that? I'm gonna say
I
Zoro,
want
and
to
I'm not
have
gonna
this
go into
debate with you.
detail.
I want to have this debate with you, but maybe I haven't seen something yet. But I also
You
just
see
think
Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, and that's all I need to say.
I did see Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
Exactly.
What am I supposed to say? Then oh, because he
No,
was able to get stabbed?
yeah, exactly. If he's able to get stabbed, that doesn't mean just uh,
Oh
this
my
guy is the only one that could do it.
dude,
Bro, Zoro's 3 swords.
I'm telling you right now,
Imagine.
all Gojo has to do is lift up a fucking domain, dude, and he's locked in and Zoro can't move.
Because there's a lot of
I win this debate
context and rules
immediately.
that we gotta deal with.
I
It's
don't,
okay, bud. It's okay. We'll
are you
talk
kidding?
about this in another 200
It's
episodes.
one of these
We'll
like
talk about this in another 200 episodes.
it's
I
literally
promise
like
you, we will have.
it's anytime I do power scaling with people are like, just don't do it, Hyde. And I'm just like, no, because it irritates me. It pisses me off so much because it's like you guys are delusional. There is no way that Roanoa Zoro, I can't even say his name, and people are getting Roanoa Zoro.
Got this. Okay, buddy. Ours are hard. I get it.
Yeah, Zoro versus Gojo. Gojo literally can manipulate the space that you're in. And he moves
Sure.
at like a million miles per hour. Do we not see our boy on all
Yeah.
fours? Anyways, maybe I haven't seen anything. I do know that he just got a sword. He just got Odin's sword. Maybe that changes the game on things. But
We'll
I
talk
will
in another 200 episodes. I
okay.
would love to talk to you again when you're all caught up. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
Watch me get caught up, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, Gojo still wins this fight. I
So
don't
our
know.
scaling conversations are so interesting because especially when you bring other universes into it, it's like, okay, but what rules are we playing with here? Are we just bringing all the rules from each universe in? Like, how is this all going to work? Is one thing going to be treated like the other? There's a lot
Well,
of
I'm just
nuance
thinking
then
like
come into it.
if you were to take Gojo and put Zoro and Gojo into like a an individual world, right? Like remove them and put them into like a neutral world, they would come with all of their abilities and stuff.
Mhm.
So if they did that, I think Gojo wins, but we could talk in 200 episodes. Um,
Yeah,
s-
yeah.
so let me ask you this. What was your first anime? Was it One Piece? And then what was it?
So like I started watching anime back. Like my first anime I ever watched like point blank is called Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard anything about that.
No,
Very old anime.
it's called
Very
keep
old.
talking. It's called Saint.
Saint Seiya,
Oh, I
Seiya.
see it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
And
this
it
is
was
old.
like, yeah, it was on my TV just like randomly one day, and I was like, oh my God, this looks so cool compared to all the other cartoons I would watch. And so I kept watching that channel. I forgot what channel it was too. And I got to watch Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho. Then I started watching Naruto, One Piece, Bleach after
Okay.
that.
So you've
As I
always
started
been
like,
watching anime, like not like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. You were starting with like anime.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, I would watch it every once in a while after that, but like it didn't interest me nearly as much as these
Weird.
other more niche animes, if anything. Like Full Metal Alchemist, the original, like that was shit back in the day. It was so good. But like I would watch it randomly, like whenever it would come up on TV. When I first started like actually binging series and stuff, it was Naruto. And then I did Full Metal Alchemist, and then I got into One Piece a little bit more. And I was just watching those until they finished out, basically. Because
Yeah.
well, it's still going, of course, but
Right.
Naruto
Right.
finished a couple, like what was it, 5 something years ago.
Uh-huh.
Um, and Full Metal Alchemist, of course, has been done since 2011. So that's when I really just started diving into. I don't know if you've seen like the reels and stuff of people talking like you're not an OG anime fan unless you were watching on YouTube and like tiny little windows on bro. Like,
No, no, I saw this guy recently go, "You have no opinion unless you've seen over 1,000 animes." And I was like, well, then I guess I can't speak on anything, you know?
even me, dude. Like my series count right now is at like 85 ish,
That's
which
ins
still is
But
a
you've been
lot.
watching for a very long time, right? So like this is like
Yeah,
an accumulation over the last, how old are you? 19?
I'm 30, 30, 30, 19.
Yeah. So you're 30 years old, right? So I'm like 19. What are you, a baby? But yeah, so you've been watching since you were like a little kid. So like that makes sense, right? And you said you started with those and then you got into the big three, which were Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach.
Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleach,
And out of
like,
those three, what do you like? Like, let's do like one through three, three being the worst, one being the best.
I mean, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach now. Back in the day, it was Naruto, One Piece. No, I like Bleach a little more than One Piece back in the day too, because like it seemed more like a comedy to me back in those days because the story hadn't developed yet. Like back
Yeah.
then, it was like I think we were just getting into Water Seven. Yeah, we were just getting into Water Seven when I started getting into high school. So like it wasn't like super deep for me yet.
Right.
I mean, we had Chopper story and everything, sure, but like once we started getting into like the world government and all this other stuff, like
Yeah.
that was when it took off for me. But Naruto was like my favorite for a long time. I was a big Naruto blazer for a long time.
Yeah.
And then One Piece just took it over for me. I'm a convert, as they say in the community, for sure.
So let me ask you this to now divert, like, well, not really divert, let's say here actually. So, like, for Naruto and Bleach, right? So, obviously, we know One Piece, we get that. Let's move that out of the way. But you have like Naruto and Bleach, which is Naruto, I would say, out of the two, are probably the biggest debate I see the most in regards to
Mm.
what viewers or fans view of the show. And I think I've asked Yoshi and I think I asked Adam about their opinions on Naruto. And I can't fully remember. I think Yoshi said it was good. Adam said he wasn't a biggest fan. I'm just curious, like, is it as hype, not as hype as One Piece, but does it have like that hypeness to it? Or is it one of those shows that's like, it was just good for its time?
I love Naruto. It holds a special place in my heart just because the nostalgia factors in, but like the story itself and the world building of the story is really, really good. I want to say more, but I don't want to spoil it because I know you're gonna watch it eventually.
Yeah, that would be the next one
Um,
after One Piece. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, but there are a lot of really great moments in Naruto, a lot of really, really great characters. The power system's really cool. The fight scenes are freaking dope. Um, yeah, no, Naruto's awesome. I like it. Is it like a 10 out of 10 for me? I don't know. But it's a great story. And I think anybody that is interested in watching should watch it. People that don't like it, I get it. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But like, I enjoyed it a lot. And
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that agree with that, that it's something
Yeah.
that everybody should at least try once. And if you didn't like it, cool. At least you tried it. Everybody should learn their own ninja way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's funny. I imagine
Mhm.
I make another video. I'm like, I hate Naruto, but I'm gonna give it the 50 episodes. I'm assuming Naruto is
Yeah.
yeah, is Naruto the name of
It's
the
like,
character?
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the main character's name.
Okay. Yeah, he's the guy that
You're
wears
going
the
to learn it in the
orange,
first episode.
the
Hmm.
orange suit. Okay. Just like growing up, and I felt like I was talking about this to a viewer recently because they were like telling me like, oh, you should like watch Naruto, JoJo Bizarre, all the like people always send me stuff, but this person was telling me that Naruto was like really close to their heart. And I feel like I've heard that from so many people, right? Like over the years, like even when I
It's
was in like
impactful.
middle school and high school, like people
Mhm.
loved Naruto, right? Like everyone talked about it and you would see everyone dressed up. Like that's the thing that's crazy. Like I never saw One Piece people. I always saw
Mhm.
Naruto people, right? Because One Piece has been
Mhm.
around since the 90s, late 90s. And I don't know
Mhm.
when Naruto started, but like growing up, like
We're around the same time.
okay, yeah. So
Just
I
about. Mhm.
never saw like any like I didn't know who Monkey D. Luffy was. I didn't know what One Piece was, but I knew what Naruto was. Like I knew what like
Mhm.
like the animes I knew as a kid was like Dragon Ball Z, obviously, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, Digimon, and then I knew like Sailor Moon, and Avatar, and then Naruto. And I felt like the most that I
Avatar is
saw.
an honorary one.
Uh,
Technically not anime, but it's honorary anime, I will say.
is it made by an American company or what?
It is, yeah.
Is that why it's not considered anime?
Yes. Yeah, because anime is Japanese animation
Gotcha.
strictly.
But isn't there like
But
Korean as well? Like, isn't Solo Leveling a Korean?
yeah, but I think they have another name for. I think it's manhwa. Don't quote
Okay.
me on this
Okay.
whatsoever. But I'm pretty sure they have another term for their set
Gotcha.
of animation and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Avatar though gets the honorary mention
I
because
I've
of
tried
the way
Avatar
how
and
pure it is.
yeah, I've tried Avatar, can't get into it. I think it's one of the weirdest, like, it's just, oh, am I
Right,
sparking?
but this is where we end there. I see ya.
Oh, here we go. Dude, listen, I'm just telling you how I feel. Maybe it would change now because I have a different appreciation for anime now, like now that I'm fully invested. Which is
Mhm.
something that's really unique. Like, I'll go back to the Naruto, but like watching anime now to watching anime like 2 years ago or a year ago or whatever,
Mhm.
like it's completely different. Like my point of view on anime was very like hard to get into. Like I didn't know there were storylines like this. I also wasn't like involved. Like, sure, like I watched AOT and I really loved it a lot, but my
Mhm.
expectations was they had to be like AOT. Like that storyline need to hit like Attack on Titan level. So like then I watched Solo Leveling and that was great. But like my appreciation for anime now is so much different and I appreciate it all in the storylines and all these things and stuff. So I think like if I watched Avatar now as like an adult and all that same, maybe it'll be different. But I
Okay.
feel like it's not on my list of like I need to do this right now. Like I definitely want to watch like, Naruto, Bleach. Bleach is interesting because everyone talks about Bleach, but I feel like I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the fuck it is or what it's about. I didn't even know it was still going.
Just went to homies with swords.
Okay. Feels
That's
like
how I
this.
like to. That's what I'll
It's a bunch of homies with swords, dude.
water it down to. I'll water it down to that. Like I liked Bleach for a lot of things besides the story. I feel like the soundtrack's dope. The fight scenes are dope. Some of the characters are really cool. The character designs are really cool. But like the story itself isn't as grabbing to me. It is for a lot of people, and that's your cup of tea. But for me, it was not a. I like impactful stories that like
Right.
really are gonna hit home. And it did. Bleach didn't do it for me, which that's just me. That's just my
Okay.
opinion. But
Okay. I feel
uh
like
yeah, One Piece, Avatar, like those are impactful. Naruto, those are impactful stories.
yeah, I was gonna say like Avatar was very impactful. I felt like Dragon Ball Z
Mhm.
was also like I have a buddy I grew up with who got the Dragon Ball tattoos on him and stuff. I know a bunch of people
Mhm.
that wore like Goku. The thing is like I felt like I watched bits and pieces of Dragon Ball as a kid, but like so like I
Mhm.
know the names like Frieza, Goku, Gohan, and I feel like that's as far as I could get. Benicola, but something with a P. I almost said Pinocchio. Uh,
Piccolo?
Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo. He's the
He's
green
not a
guy.
girl.
Huh?
He's not a girl. He's
No,
not a lady.
did I say girl?
No, I said you didn't say any women yet.
Oh, it's crazy. Oh, here we go. Hyde doesn't know any women. Hyde's a celestial fucking dragon. Hyde hates women,
Name
apparently.
100 women in Dragon Ball. Go ahead.
I have never seen. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna have this debate with you on my
It's okay.
podcast.
It's okay.
It's
You're right. You're
crazy.
right. You're
No. Let's talk about this right now. Okay, I'm not a woman hater, and I don't hate children.
right. It's
Okay,
a joke. You get that? Yeah.
yeah,
It's an inside joke, y'all. For everybody watching, it's
yeah.
an inside joke. I promise. Hyde
It's.
is
I
a
swear to
wonderful
God,
person
I love
who does
women.
not hate women and children.
It's so weird because I think Yoshi and I talked about it like when this
Allegedly.
happened. Yeah, allegedly. Okay. But I remember you guys had me do women 100 women, and I was just naming women names, not real people. And everyone's like, "You're just listing names." And then it got to like real people, and I was like stumped at 14. And I was like, "This is bullshit. This is not true." So,
It's okay.
um,
It's okay. Anyways.
but anyways, yeah. So Naruto is definitely like a must. I feel like that's a nostalgic another hit and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm pretty excited. Are you up to date on like manga reads and stuff or no? So One Piece as well. What do you
Yeah,
prefer?
One Piece, I'm reading like manga between manga and
Anime.
anime.
Yeah.
But with the way anime studios have been doing things lately, I prefer manga because I don't know, the pacing issues, there's uh I can enjoy some fan service, but when it's outright just like
Too much fan
weird,
service.
stuffy, like I kind of cringe and step back. But
I think like my biggest thing with anime, and I've talked about this in the last podcast and episode and stuff. I just think that some fan service is unnecessary. No,
that's the
no,
thing. It's like when it gets
no.
to those scenes where they like hyper fixate on, oh, their clothes are all ripped up and they're trying to cover up, or like
But it's weird because they never really do it to Nika.
situations
Like
like those. Like,
I think like the one person they hyper fixate is Nami. Like they'll do the one where
yeah,
like they'll focus and you can hear like the jiggle, like the boing, boing, whatever.
yeah,
And it's always like, whoa, what are we doing? But I'm
it's
curious to
cool.
yeah, and I've seen like there's scenes that I've seen in the manga compared to the anime, like the Absalom scene, or I've seen like a couple other ones, like the Rebecca scene from Dressrosa, and they're so much different. But I also heard like the manga is just so much more detailed. There's a little bit more like it's more graphic, it's more intense,
Mhm.
which is sometimes I feel like lacks in the anime, the intensity in some
Mhm.
scenes where I'm like, this should be like gruesome. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
where we are in the show right now, it's pretty gruesome, but I imagine the manga is probably 10 times more than that. You know what I mean? So I was just curious.
yeah. And it comes to what I said, like with the way anime studios and like production studios are being run nowadays, it's all very male centric. It's all very, sex appeal sells. So we're just gonna bump this up a bit. And like that's not conducive to good storytelling. And that's why, female authors and uh, people that have females leading teams do such a good job with their work. It's
Mhm.
because it's more balanced and it makes more sense for the story. And like the story isn't being carried by sex appeal or anything like that.
Right,
Because
right.
at the end of the day, that's good storytelling. And like that's what I like about manga more because I feel like there's a lot less of that. Like sometimes it kind of finds its way in there because men are sick sometimes, and sex just oozes out
Yeah,
of us.
yeah.
We're sex man when we need them.
Yeah, where's Sex Man,
but
dude? That guy was crazy. One of my favorite moments in
the,
stream. I feel like I had to pause the stream and laugh my ass off, dude.
that was so funny. But yeah, like it's something that you don't get as much of a problem with the original source sometimes because there's a lot of hands that kind of come between the original source and was produced in the anime, and a lot of opinions and things that kind of get thrown in there that make it so much worse. But you know, I'm gonna enjoy it regardless, and if you don't enjoy it, I'll either stop watching or say something about it. But yeah, I will take manga over anime any day.
Yeah.
And I've read a good few manga at this point. I said manga,
Yeah, I
tomato
was gonna say
tomato.
manga.
But
It's just, yeah, whatever. I almost said MAGA the other day, and that was whoa, that was a rough one. I was like, yikes, dude.
that's where
Um,
you're butchering.
yeah,
But there's a lot of good manga out that doesn't make it to anime that I'm like, wow, like really? That's you're not going to produce this? But there's some exciting stuff coming down the line that I'm very, very excited to see. There's one in
yeah.
particular that I've been reading for a while now called Kagura Bachi. I don't know if you've seen anything about that yet.
Kaguru Bachi.
Kagura Bachi, yeah.
How do you spell that?
It's Kagura
B-A,
Chi. And it's like another
oh,
sword story. It's really cool. It is really, really cool. That one's going to be
ooh,
amazing. That
okay,
one's going to be
okay.
really, really amazing. You should start reading it if you want to. That one's
Okay.
really, really good.
There's a lot of like mangas that I want to read. Like, I definitely want to read Berserk. I feel like Berserk will be right up my
Mm,
alley in regards to like
mm,
I like, and I sound crazy
mm.
when I say this, but I really like dark stories, like where it's like you can feel the pain and the emotion, which is
Yeah.
why I think I
The Promised
gravitate.
Neverland.
Huh?
The Promised Neverland is one that you should read. Do not watch it. Just read it. Amazing. Amazing.
Promise Neverland?
Neverland. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, like I really like I think that's why I gravitate to like JJK, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like that dark and very intense and like the gruesome like that. Like I love it. Not saying that One Piece doesn't have that. I remember I said the other day, I think Jujutsu Kaisen, well, yeah, you're right. It doesn't have that as much. But I would say that like I think Jujutsu Kaisen fighting looks better than One Piece fighting. I think One Piece fighting is starting to get better due to the animation and stuff. Like where I'm seeing that now in Wano. But like the JJK and even Full Metal, like it's so fluid, like the way they move and stuff. Which with One Piece, it's like I'm gonna stand in one spot and just throw as many punches, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And that's like one of the things that like gravitates me more to the manga than anime is like all those like super close shots, like, oh my God, look at my eye real
yeah,
quick. Like we
yeah,
don't want to see that. We want to see the big picture. We want to see the movement. We want to see the dynamic. Like,
right,
and there's a lot of other shows that do it a lot better for sure.
yeah.
Like Full Metal Alchemist is it's a perfect
I don't know
anime
why
in a
I
lot of people's
stopped.
eyes
I
for
don't
a
know
reason.
why I stopped the
It's
way I did. It's crazy.
I need you to finish it. I need you to finish.
One thing I don't understand is like, has people just not, when I stream that, people don't turn out. And I'm like, do people not watch Full Metal? Like, what is it about Full Metal? Because when I did the vote of what I should watch, everyone voted for it. So, like, I'm confused. Do people like really not like it, or do they do like it, or like,
I don't know if I'm one to be able to speak on it. Maybe it's like the timing of your streams and where your community's coming from, or maybe it's the animation's a little older and outdated,
I think it
or
looks
it's just
phenomenal compared to like
exactly me too. It's held up
that scene where they're in
amazingly.
the what is it called when they were in, oh my god, what is it, the fucking, they were swallowed by gluttony and
And the
what do you
did we
call
get
that,
out yet?
they did get out.
Oh, okay. Did they explain what it was yet? I can't
I
remember
can't, they
on
were
that last.
inside the door, they were inside the door and then they had
Okay.
to open the door from inside, and so he was able to do it and there was like a risk that he might not make it if he opened the door, and then that's, remember we saw Al's body was inside. And I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
do
what
remember
the
that.
fuck? Yeah. But the
That's where
drag,
we left off too, right?
yeah,
Was
and the
after that.
animation, yeah, the
Okay.
animation was fucking insane. I was like, what the hell? This is incredible, you know? Um, but it's definitely a show
I
like
don't know.
I don't, yeah, I mean, it's
The
not that
hype
I'm
has
like,
died down a lot because it's been so long since it ended. So like people aren't as driven to show up maybe to your
maybe
stream
that
at
makes
the
sense.
time that it lands for them. So maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. Like you're gonna agree with the majority of us by the end of it. It's a perfect anime. Like 10
I
out of
think,
10
yeah,
masterpiece, no
I will
notes.
say that based off of everything that I've seen, like I'm currently watching, like if I was to rank it, which I'll ask you what
Mhm.
you think about some of the ones I'm watching, I would say, and also what are your favorites, your top five? But like I would
Mhm.
put like, you know, One Piece obviously first. If I did say anything other than that, the crowd would lose their mind. But it is truly my favorite. I think it's one of the best written stories so far that I've seen. I do think Attack on Titan is very close to the top, but that's also because that was the very first like real anime I watched as an adult, and I feel like that holds a
Mhm.
special place to me. And then it would be like Full Metal, JJK, probably Solo Leveling, and then like Hunter x Hunter. Oh no, Vinland Saga before Solo Leveling, and then Hunter x Hunter,
So
and then
you can put villains low.
wait, whoa, what'd you say? You kind of muted out a little bit.
Oh, that I was you were gonna put Vinland that low? Sheesh.
Yeah. No, Vinland's pretty high. The thing is like Vinland's really good, but I feel like I can't watch it right now because it requires my full attention. And I feel like the
Yeah.
two that I really want to focus on are JJK and Full Metal. I know all my Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter fans are gonna have a fucking cow, but like we can wait a little bit. I like Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter x Hunter does not give me the same feeling that
Mhm.
Full Metal does at the end of an episode, as well as Jujutsu Kaisen or One Piece or Vinland Saga. So like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just like, let's pause. Like I need a pause
Yeah.
for a second and then we'll come back to it. But I'm curious, what's your top? And then I'll ask you what you think of the ones I'm watching currently. Like, what's your top five?
It's top five is hard. One Piece and Full Metal are tied for first for sure. Um, then it goes, I don't know. I've got Vinland's pretty high up there. I put that as third. Um, because I've watched season two and I started reading the manga too, and it's
Yeah.
such a good story. Um, And then after that, it's really a mixed bag because there's so many things that I've watched that I like for different reasons. Mob Psycho would probably go up there on fourth. Mob Psycho's really, really good once you get into it.
Okay.
And then fifth, what would I put as fifth? Um, I don't know. Fifth just moves around depending on what I'm feeling like rewatching. Honestly, it could be Naruto one week. It could be Gurren Lagann's really really good. I rewatch that pretty often.
Okay.
Fate. I don't know if you've heard of the Fate series yet.
I
Fate
feel like somebody
Zero and
showed me
all that.
that one recently on stream. Yeah. Super good.
Such a good series. Such a good series. Um, what else? No, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. There's plenty of others that I can mention that my database is big.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
And then
Fair
from
enough.
what you're watching right now, like One Piece is, of course, One Piece and Full Metal stays up there. Vinland Saga will stay up there. Hunter x Hunter would be next after that, and then JJK
Wow.
after that.
You got JJK. Why JJK so low? What is it about it you don't like?
No, I like it. It's just it's overcomplicated. It's very overcomplicated for me,
I almost
and
was like, it's I almost was gonna say I'm
I
not
finished the manga
complicated.
too.
You finished the manga?
Yeah, I finished the manga too, and it doesn't get any easier. Honestly. Like
I
things
think
are just so complicated.
yeah, so I think what the problem with JJK, like I love it, but I'm wondering if I like it
Mhm.
not because of the really like the story itself. The story is great. Like
Mhm.
I mean, JJK Zero was such a beautiful story. I mean, again, and I
Oh,
hyper say this, Like, if you have not seen JJK0, please give your an opportunity to watch that because it's I put it in
Mhm.
my top favorite movies, and that's insane. But
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think that the problem with JJK is it over explains every fucking moment that you're on that it's running. Like the last stream we saw where they're in Shibuya, which is like,
Yeah.
yeah, what the fuck
And
is
you're not
going
even
on
done
here?
yet.
Huh?
And you're not even done yet.
I'm not even done yet. So I think Shibuya, like all the little parts where they're like explaining this, and explaining that, and explaining this, and explaining that, and then this huge explanation, and then like chat will be like, "Did you understand that?" And it's like, I don't even understand where I'm at right now. All I care about is him killing Hanami like a fucking bug on the wall, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like one of those things where it's like, holy shit, right? Like it's
Because it
crazy.
has to, because that's the kind of story that uh Gage Gage, I don't know how you pronounce the author's name, but the tower system that he's built has to be over explained like that, and has to be like you have to have all the little tidbits, because those little tidbits come back and
Right,
influence
right,
the story so much bigger later on. It's like
right.
trying to keep up with all of that is just, it's too much for my little brain, man.
Right.
I'm a little
Well,
dumb too.
and
Like,
it's funny too, because like that, out of all the ones I've watched, maybe even Hunter x Hunter is complicated as well. But like
mhm,
Vinland Saga, straightforward. That's just history. Pay
mhm,
attention. One
mhm.
Piece, same thing, pretty straightforward. There's some power things and things or whatever. But Full
Yeah,
Metal, like I feel
it's
like
easier
that
to follow them.
yeah, like Full Metal, very straightforward to me. I know there's the whole thing about alchemy and all that thing and all that stuff, but I feel like that is one where I've locked it in, like what is going on.
Mhm, mhm.
Except for that one time where they revealed who King Bradley was, and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Dude, did you not see his eyeball?" And I was like, "It just doesn't make sense, you know."
Isn't that
But
just a brand? Like,
yeah, so but no, that's
that's
interesting. Yeah,
funny.
JJK is
Mhm,
definitely really good. I love the animation. Like the
mhm,
movement
mhm,
is so
mhm.
clean to me. And I could talk about this
Yeah,
forever, but yeah, it is
yeah,
super clean.
yeah. They
Uh
do fighting choreography so beautifully. Like, I cannot
it's
even
literally
describe it.
a
So good.
dance. It is literally a dance. Like
Mhm,
I'm watching two characters dance with each other and it's incredible.
mhm,
And I can't get enough of it. So also,
for
this
sure.
might be a short little one. I talked about it a little bit today on stream. I wanted to
Mhm.
ask you because we've talked about politics together, right? And I don't want to make this
Okay.
like too political or anything.
Mhm,
Because obviously I feel like people know where I stand and I don't need to go into it or whatever. And obviously,
mhm.
if I'm watching this show, you probably know where I am, right?
You'd be
On your
surprised.
you be well, I have been surprised, but I want to know like from you, like as another viewer, like
Mhm.
when you first watched this, did you think it was more than what it was, or did it take you a few times to kind of see the messages underneath the real story? And then, do you believe that it's a political show? What is your thoughts on that?
Like, the first couple times, like I said, it was, excuse me, it was kind of goofy for me. It was a little too goofy for me at the start. There was a lot of things that I didn't like comprehend because I was so young when I was watching it. But like once I started getting into college and rewatching it, that's when it really started to hit for me. I was like, oh shoot, like there's some serious themes that the Oda is like really trying to highlight in these storylines and these
Right,
plots and these characters. And like it baffles me that there's like so many different such a like contrasting spectrum of people and what they see in it. Like, you got the one side that's saying Luffy's like Mandarin in chief, and then other people that are like, no, quite
yeah,
the opposite. How the heck
yeah,
did you get that? And like, I've seen people like that in my real life. Like, I had a coworker that was super red hat, like all the things, and was a big One Piece fan, and tried to explain to me that the Straw Hats are like the Red Hat movement. And I'm like, huh? Where? What? Are you, bruh? We need to
yeah,
talk. Like,
yeah.
I do not agree with that whatsoever. And he was cool. He was chill. Like, we could have a conversation about it, but he was pretty stubborn in his beliefs on it. And I'm like, you know what? I hold true to Luffy's, you know, thought process and beliefs. You do you, I'ma do me. Don't step on my toes and don't endanger my people. And we're gonna be fine and dandy. Like, do your
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, that it blows my mind to see the contrast. And like I'm curious too, like if Oda intended for this originally, or if he was just trying to tell a good story, and taking those themes was a mechanism for him to be able to tell a good story, or if he actually wanted to highlight those things and like be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
eyes up, like 1984 is coming," type shit. But I don't know. I would love to sit down with homie. If you're watching this, Oda Senpai,
Yeah. If Oda ever watches
would
this
love
will
a
be
chat.
crazy. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
like my as someone who's now first watching it, right? I know so many people have watched it 100 times or whatever. I think I picked up on it very, very quickly. Like there was obviously a theme here, but I imagine
Mhm.
if I had watched this years ago, right, or whatever, before honestly, it's different too. Like if you go to college and watch this and like you've had that education, like you've taken like real history courses, not your fucking
Right.
standardized high school where they're not telling you everything, then you see
Right.
everything, and like for me, who's definitely has a background in like history and stuff, like I was very quick to pick up like, oh, this is like I got a historical theme to it. These are like themes
Mhm.
of colonial or colonization, imperialism, genocide, racism, corrupt governments, and exploiting of resources. All these things, right? So like when I first brought that up, like I was like, oh, this is a political show. There were some people who were like, don't make this political. Like, don't you dare like take this and whatever. And you're like, but it is, and like obviously everyone's allowed to have their own opinions. If you don't see it
Yeah.
that way, that's fine. But I don't really think you're watching it for what it truly is. And I've said this
Mhm.
before, I've said it on stream. If you look at this and you're like, this is just a pirate show, and this guy's just trying to become king of the pirates, and that's all it is, and we're just going on this adventure, this is where you're at. The surface level of
Yep.
this entire show. Right. But if
Yep.
you crack open that first layer and you look underneath,
Mhm.
this show, it has so much more to it that
Mhm.
makes it so much more grander in its explanation and your discovery and all those things that even now that we're in Wano, like we're seeing all these things where you're just like, this is like the like horrible, like this is a very like horrible thing that's happening that we've seen happen in our own world, right? And like, and I just think
Parallels are there.
the parallels are there, right? And the corrupt government, and you have like these people who are eradicating entire races, and the fear of people having knowledge and all this stuff. And people are like, "That's not it. You're reading it too deep," And it's like, I don't think I am, But yeah, when I saw that comment of somebody saying that Luffy and Donald Trump were the same person, I wanted to throw up in my pants. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I was pretty
It's a
shocked.
bold hill to stand on. Very bold hill to stand on.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gotten really bad messages too. Like I've posted a couple things and people have written me. I've told you. I mean, I've had a death threat and all those wonderful things based
Mhm.
on like some of my political views and like I never wanted to make my platform very political, especially when I was very new, but now that I have a pretty big platform, I would love to like, put like stuff out there and stuff, and I feel like that's just who I am, and if you don't support that, obviously, then you know where the door is and stuff. But I truly believe that
At the
One
end of
Piece.
the
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say at the end of the day, it's not like you're indoctrinating. You're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
expressing. You
yeah.
are telling your values, your beliefs, your morals stand here.
Right,
This is where I'm at. Nobody has to join me on this, but if you resonate with it, then that's why they become part of your community.
right.
Otherwise, they should just walk out and go back to their echo chamber and do
Yeah,
whatever it is that
yeah.
they do over there. Like
Yeah,
it's
and I'm not saying that if you're on the right or if you're on the left or you're a centrist or like whatever it is. I'm not saying you can't watch the show. I'm just saying be a little bit more open mind and give yourself the
Mhm.
opportunity to really understand the message. And I would, again, like what you said, I don't know if Oda intended to do this. I don't know if Oda wrote this story
Mhm.
to be that way, or if people, to depict it that way, or whatever it may be. But if it is, it would be really great to sit down and like have that conversation with him to understand, like, why did you write a story about this, kid who wanted to be king of the pirates, but why did you make it more complicated than it is? Why did you make it more deeper and more parallel to our world? And like,
Mhm.
it's one of those questions I got on Discord, like, who do you think is actually practicing justice in the world? And I feel like
Love that
that's,
question.
yeah,
That question is
yeah, it's a
good.
great question. Like, and I would love to know what other people think. Like, who do you think's practicing real justice? Is it Luffy and his
Mhm.
crew? Or is the world government practicing real justice? Like, what is justice? And I think I said that I think justice, what justice should look like, is what Luffy's doing for all the people that he
Mhm.
encounters along this journey,
Mhm.
for all the people he saved and liberated and helped. And, like, that's what I
Mhm.
truly believe. But I was curious to know, like, what your thoughts on the political side of everything of this.
Yeah, I would love to know, like, because Oda started the story with a certain end goal in mind, and I
Mm,
wonder, as he expanded the story, if he also was influenced with current events to expand it even more and like highlight all these things even more, if that was like his intent, or if it was again just a tool to tell a good story.
right.
And either way,
I mean,
masterful. Like
whatever it
he's
may be,
on a
even if
masterpiece.
it wasn't political at all, I think he's a
Right.
phenomenal man, and
Right.
I would give him a rub down. You know what I mean? He
Like,
deserves it. That man has been working real hard, so he was
right.
cooking
Like
today,
all
dude.
those Cacique. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God, dude. I won't mention anything. But like it just those things resonated with me in a way that informs my opinion on those parallels in our world. And I don't think it's a bad thing because I am not the one to judge, but I feel like I'm a pretty decent human being in this world, and I try to do good for the people that I interact with in the world. And it's thanks to influences like One Piece and other like media that I consume that like I've been able to form that kind of perspective and lead my life like that.
yeah,
But yeah, like, is it political? Is it not political? It's up to the person consuming at the end of the
right,
day.
right,
Like you take from the story what you need to take from the story, what resonates with you, and run with that. But
right.
I I am leaning towards Oda was trying to say something for sure.
Yeah, 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 I'm sure. And because if you look at the way he wrote most of these arcs, especially like my favorite, Skypiea, like there's obviously something there, and like Dressrosa, there's obviously something there. And like, or even like Marine Ford and all these things are like
Mm,
everything. Like there's a reference to something that's Sabaody, another thing, Celestial Dragons and everything. Like he's obviously talking about something, right?
mhm,
And to know what he truly was trying to write, or if he was just like, this is my story and stuff, like I just put it to
mhm.
paper, I would just love to know. And Monday, maybe he'll be on Hyde Piece. You never know.
One day,
Never know. You never
one
know.
day, we'll see.
Um,
Maybe
one
he'll
of
do
my
a tour around the world and do
dude,
that. That'd be so
what
cool.
the dream, dude. I'm bringing you with me. Um,
Hey,
one of my last little questions, I kind of was talking about it to you today because we talk on Discord in the mornings.
mhm,
Because I love you. But I wanted to know because I feel like I got this question a lot. It's about spoilers, and I definitely
gotcha.
wanted to talk to you about one thing that I've seen that I
Mhm,
have brought up on stream before in the past when people have
mhm,
asked. But I would love to know, like, as you were watching, this show, or even any show, but let's like focus on One Piece.
mhm.
Were you ever spoiled on something before you got there?
Yeah, for sure. So like One Piece specifically with the manga, like I've gotten spoiled a bunch on a couple of things.
Damn, yeah,
I don't
that
take it to heart because I'm like, eventually I'm gonna see it, whatever, it's fine. But like when it comes to like, there's certain things there are certain stories that I'm invested in enough that I'm like, I'm trying to avoid seeing anything else. Like Gachiakuta, we've talked to you about a couple times.
Yeah.
That's one story that like I avoid spoilers as much as possible on that. Like I've
Yeah,
seen
you've told
things
me.
here
Yeah.
and there that like I am trying to avoid and watch that through the anime as much as possible. Getting really close to what just reading the manga, but I'm trying to practice some self control on it. But yeah, like I got spoiled for One Piece specifically. I got spoiled on the time skip. I was not watching. That was during one of my breaks at the time that I did not know was happening. Because I stopped around. When was it? It was right around Thriller Bark. I think I stopped and did like a year or two hiatus because I was just like going through high school college transition and there was a
Right.
bunch of stuff happening. Wasn't watching any kind of anime at the time. So like I didn't know the time skip had happened. Then I found out and I was like, what? I need to get back on this. And that's when
Right.
that was like my fourth binge watch, I think I did. And then I did like a fifth, sixth, and seventh right after that.
Jesus
um,
Christ.
yeah,
But
just
was
for the
it
record,
all
I've watched
1,000
these
episodes?
like no, this was at the time they were at like five, six
Okay.
hundred
Okay. That
on
makes
those
still
watch
crazy, but
rewatches.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've done the 1,000 episodes. I've done twice.
Okay.
I've done twice now. Yeah, I'm on. This will be watching with you is like my 14th rewatch, 14 or
Always in
15.
sub or started dub, switch to sub, back and
I'll
forth.
switch on and off. It depends on how I'm watching. Like if I'm watching it in the background, I put the dub on. I
Gotcha.
like the dub sub battle is so like
We
it's
don't
all
have to.
art.
Yeah.
If the VAs are invested enough in it, it's going to come out good. If not, just watch it in the background. Do it as a rewatch. Like we don't need to be hating so much
Right. Right.
on VAs, but um, yeah, like I'll switch on and off. Usually, I'll try and do sub on my first watch of anything because I want the original experience, and then if I'm rewatching it, I'll just do the dub. Um, but yeah, most of the time, sub the VAs are much more invested and do a better job. I will give them that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to trash it so hard, it's a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Some
that's
people will
it's
go
like the
pretty
biggest.
fucking. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say that's like the biggest One Piece spoiler that I've experienced was that time skip.
Yeah.
Like Ace, I think I watched that through without getting spoiled. And I cried like a freaking baby. Um,
RIP.
yeah, R.I.P. Brooke joining, I got to see that through. Um, yeah, no, there wasn't a whole lot of other spoilers besides that because I started just staying on top of it right after that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like, spoilers is an interesting thing for me because I'm stupid, as we know already. And things don't really lock into my brain when I see something. In fact, I don't know it's a One Piece thing unless it is blatantly tells me it's One Piece or it's a character I've noticed or whatever.
Like
Yeah.
if you don't point out it's a spoiler, it doesn't have to be a spoiler.
Right.
But
Well, the
when like
crazy thing is like people will literally go, that's a spoiler. And I'm like, I didn't know that until you told me it was. Like one of the things was I posted something, again, don't know the context of this, right? But like I had posted something about if Shanks had saved, not Shanks, it was if St. Charlos had saved Luffy, and I had posted like a picture of that, and somebody DM'd me and goes, this is a spoiler, and I was like, what? I was like, how is this a spoiler? I don't even know what this is,
like
right? I was
like
like,
this
Shanks is the one that saved him, not Charlos, right? Like again, like, and that happens all the time. Sometimes like people like that are like normal viewers will come in and be like, hey, that was a spoiler, or those things on your desk are spoilers. It's like, oh, I didn't know that, right? And then it turned into this whole thing where I went out to Little Tokyo in LA and people went insane. Like people were mad. And I was like, look, guys, I understand you're trying to get me to avoid spoilers. I also cannot be locked in my house until I'm done with the show. That's ridiculous. Somebody told me when I was telling them that I wanted to go to Japan for my honeymoon that they said, you
yeah.
can't go to Japan. They're spoilers. I was like, you're telling me I can't go to where I want to go for my honeymoon because of the chance of getting spoiled? Like, come on, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm not like attacking people. I'm just saying, like, listen, if I'm spoiled, I'm spoiled. There's nothing we could do about it. Gratefully, I have
Hmm.
not been spoiled up to this point. I did not get spoiled on Ace. I did not get spoiled on the time skip. I did not get spoiled on
On
any of the
Odin.
other on Odin. Like Odin, yeah, like Odin, like this whole thing was crazy, right? Like I'm telling you, like people need to relax on the spoiler thing. I'm doing I don't look at comments. Somebody was like, "Oh, you commented on
Yeah.
something." I was like, I usually comment when there's 3 comments in there at the beginning before there's more than
Yeah.
that. It's usually me with a fist up when people complain that I'm going too slow. Um,
Oh my god.
but yeah, like I truly believe that like if you get spoiled in any anime, there's nothing you do. It's a bummer, right? Like, listen, I was
It is,
spoiled
yeah.
for Spider-Man, whatever the one with Tobey Maguire and fucking Andrew Garfield,
No,
because
No Way
somebody,
Home. Yeah.
yeah, when somebody posted the fucking video from the theater and I saw it on fucking TikTok and I was going that day and I was like, oh, it's good to know they're in the movie, you know? Like things
So
happen. Social
annoying.
media is the fucking wild, wild west. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. I'm very grateful that I have not been spoiled, but I've also been in stores where there's a ton of One Piece content. I don't know what anything
Mhm.
is. And if it is in front of me and I don't acknowledge it, like I'll be like, oh, I don't know where that's from. And then I'll look at the things I do know, you know, and that's how it is. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm a dummy, guys. Listen, I've made crazy predictions. Let me ask you this. What's a crazier
You're our
prediction?
dummy.
I am your dummy, but what's a crazier prediction that I've made? Is my prediction that Blackbeard is Luffy's dad the worst, or is is Rika Yuta's mom the worst?
I think Rika being his mom.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay, for a second,
That
I
was
thought
pretty bad.
when I saw Yuta and Rika in the playground, I thought, oh, that's his mom, because from the size difference from the camera angle, I was like, whoa, is that his mother? And everyone was like, are you a fucking idiot?
Immediately shows my promise ring. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's his mom.
I was like, wow, mom's really wants to make a promise. But yeah, no, I definitely wanted to talk about that. But anyways,
Oh my god.
I remember you were telling me earlier that you were making a trivia. Do you still have that? You still want to
You
run
want to
that?
do it?
Let's do trivia to
Let's
end this
run it.
out. Let's run it out.
I'll send you the link on Discord.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Do I hit play?
Let's go. Yeah.
All right.
It's just
One
10
play
questions.
solo.
Not just a solo.
What are the name of the 3 swords Zoro has before entering the Grand Line?
I think I set it
Oh.
to a minute for each question, so we'll see if that stayed true. You gotta try pronouncing
Oh!
them, sir.
Huh?
You gotta try pronouncing them.
Miss Valentine. What the fuck? That's Miss Monday? Oh, okay,
Miss
dude.
Monday,
No,
yeah.
here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna go. This is Lottie. Lottie. All right. This is bad. You tricked me.
Those celestial allegations will never quit,
What
man.
does Sanji tell Chopper and Water 7 while looking for Robin? A real man never leaves a woman crying. A real man knows when a woman lies. A real man never lets a woman cry. A real man forgives a woman for her lies. This is what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You got the guy quote right, guys. I
Yeah.
mean,
Who gave Spandam the Buster call? His
ooh, let's see. Oh, yeah, the rest of the questions are 20 seconds, so better hurry up.
Oh,
Aw.
wow. Okay. How does the Straw Hats bring down ores? Knocking out pirate dock, releasing Luffy's shadow, breaking his body, knocking out Moria. I think it's knocking out Moria. What?
Womp. Don't you remember they
Wow.
broke his spine?
Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh my
No.
god, brother.
I'm so bad at this. What are the name of the oh my god.
So good. This is good. This is great.
A heavy wait, what is the name of the oh, it's the fuck, I don't even know, dude.
Heavy Heavy's just
Oh
snake.
my god, dude, I'm so bad.
Oh, darn.
Who
No, this
was
is supposed to be
responsible?
who. No, this is I'm not messed up actually. Who built New Kama Land and Impel Down?
Who
Or how
built
was
it?
New Kama Land? How was New Kama Land built and Impel Down?
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna freak out, dude. This is so bad. How did Luffy get the keys to Ace's Tough? Whitebeard's crew gave it to him. A warlord gave it to him. Mr. 3 created it. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. I got 2 out of 10. Oh my god. Oh
Do
my
you want
god.
to go over answers, bud? Do you want to go over your answers?
Wait a minute. Okay, this one it was breaking his body. You're right. This one I do
Yeah.
forget. I do forget this, unfortunately. This I feel like I do remember this, but it's very vague. And then this
Yeah,
was it Crocodile who gave him the keys?
no, Boa. Boa gave him a
Oh,
key,
Boa,
but
that's
then
right.
Chizuru broke it. Breaks it, and Mr. 3 has to create another one to get him out of the cuffs.
Oh, yes, I do remember Mr. 3 created one
So,
when they're
everybody.
falling,
Hmm. Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what
Okay.
gets him out of the cuffs. But the actual key to Ace's cuffs, Boa gave it to him. It's
Yeah.
okay, bud. I made this to trip you up. It's okay.
That's crazy. Okay, well, people are gonna judge me on that real bad. Those also, guys, those were not very common things. First of all, what is this character's name? Rocky? Like, how am I supposed to remember
Rocky,
that?
bro.
How am I supposed to remember that?
Viper screams her name when she gets shot down by a now, like, or Enaru, however you want to pronounce
All right, listen, the women charges are up against me yet again. Um, all right. Well,
it.
before we end this this episode, I do ask this to everyone. I would love to know who is your favorite fictional character, and why. It could be anybody from somebody from a book, an anime, a video game, a movie, a story you've read, anything. Who is your favorite fictional character and why?
It's between Edward Elric or Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Between
Okay.
those two, because both of them have like this sense of justice that I resonate with a lot. They each have to put up with struggles in a way at a young age that is very graceful to me, the way that they do it, even though like sometimes they have very human moments where they slip up and things happen, like sure, but there's something I admire about how they confront struggles a lot that just resonates a lot with me. So it's between those two
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
given day, for sure.
I do think Ed.
Best written characters in my life.
Wow. Better than Luffy. You're the first person that didn't say Luffy.
I love like Luffy's an obvious answer, but like there's things about Luffy that pisses me off too sometimes.
Is it because he's a
Like
crackhead?
it's his crackhead energy. Like I wouldn't put my friends in that kind of danger, but like I understand that Luffy has this confidence that I can protect them through whatever that he's built through what he's gone through,
Right.
and admire that. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to do anything to put unnecessary stress on my friends like that either. So, eh.
Yeah. No,
I
no,
love Luffy.
and fair,
I
and fair,
love
fair.
Luffy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, and I do think Ed, I don't know anything about Aang a lot, but I do know that Ed, based off what I've seen, is a phenomenal character, and obviously the
Yeah.
weight of what he is carrying on his shoulders is a lot, and the fact
Mhm.
that like he lost his mom and his dad wasn't there and his brother is his soul is attached to, like, there's so much that he as a
Mhm.
young boy it has to endure and take on, and these like he's fighting grown adults who are trying to kill him and all these things, and like yeah, I think that's a phenomenal character to choose, and yeah,
What expand even like just the Elric brothers in general, like Alphonse too. Like he lost his entire body, and he's still this
oh
happy-go-lucky kid, just in a suit
dude,
of armor, and just a
I
soul. It's like much like
yeah,
baby boy.
I love Al so much. He's just a sweetheart,
Alphonse is so great.
and him in that fucking suit. Oh, he's such. I love. First of all, the suit is so badass, and but
So
like them as
badass.
like
So
this duo between them both, like Al and
good.
Ed,
Yeah.
like they love each other so much, and like that scene where Barry is like trying to get into Al's head about maybe he wasn't actually like a soul, like he was always,
Right.
you know, or it was something like that, right? Wasn't Barry like trying to tell him
He
like
was he was he was a uh pile of memories brought together by Ed
Right, like, he
to
wasn't even a real
recreate his
boy.
brother.
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't even
Yeah.
a real boy or anything like that, and he was just,
Mhm.
like, fucking going crazy, and then the scene where he, like, tells Ed how he felt, and Ed, like, leaves and was, like, pissed off, I was like, "Damn, that must hurt when you're, like, already having to carry the burden of this, like, mistake
And
that
blaming
you think."
yourself for it all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, so, no, I love that, I love
Mhm.
that. Well, Tony,
Appreciate you, bro.
I love you, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such an amazing person to the community. Thank you for being an amazing mod. And also, it's great to say, like, I appreciate our friendship, and it's been really nice getting to know you over these past months. And I'm excited to see where this goes with us. And maybe one day we'll get together and kiss. I mean, what? But hey, whoa, let me smell it, let me smell it. But anyways, brother, I love you.
Thank you, bro.
And let's end it like I always do on stream. Good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I love you guys. And on the count of three, 1, 2, 3,
Love
bye.
y'all. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.